Hi, my name is Garrett Pounds, and I'm going to be teaching my roommate Gus about some of the things we learned in interpersonal communication. The first thing we're going to talk about is nonverbal versus verbal communication. And verbal communication is basically like using your words and your language, pretty much kind of how it sounds. But you have to be careful because in different cultures, different words have different meanings. So just be mindful of your situation, so you're respectful to everybody. And next is nonverbal communication. It's basically just like talking without using words, like facial expressions, how close you stand to somebody, what somebody's wearing, their overall like just how they look, their physical appearance. All that's into nonverbal communication. So look for those signs to see how you should approach a situation. Next, we're going to talk about is hearing versus listening. Now, like the difference is like hearings when you're not really paying attention to stuff. It's like you hear sounds, so it's like you hear sounds, but you listen to people. So you don't really pick up on what you're hearing. But when it's listening, you're actually paying attention and you're active. So if somebody were to ask you a question, you'd be able to answer it back with a decent answer and actually on topic. And then the next thing we're going to talk about here is the perception process. The perception process is basically how you perceive things, and that's broken down into three simple steps. The first step is selection, and that's basically listening to a conversation and then picking out different pieces of information to help put together a picture, like the big picture. And then the next is organization, and that's basically taking all the different pieces of information you've gathered so far in the conversation and helping to form that big picture. And then finally is the conclusion. And the conclusion is basically when you finally come to the big picture and you figure out exactly what it means. So that's all I have for us today. This has been teaching interpersonal communications with Garrett and Gus, and we hope you tune into our show next time.